Afternoon, folks. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School, and I promised you guys yesterday that we would do a review today on the Sandy Cat's trail wash system. And full disclosure, I've been using this system for about 2.5 weeks, something like that, 3 weeks, but I've used it almost every day in that time. And so far, it's been a very, very good system. Okay, so the package as you see it here comes with a Scepter 20-liter water can, and you can get that in black, OD, or Coyote. So if you're going to use this thing for a shower most of the time, you're probably going to want black, obviously, because it's going to retain and collect heat really well. If you're going to use it multifunctionally, I would say that the green is the happy medium, and then the tan would probably keep the water the coolest over time. Bearing that in mind, depending on what color you like, obviously. Now, you have a battery pack that connects to this tank, and you got Velcro that comes with it to attach it there. And you can buy spare batteries if you want them from Sandy Cat's as well, but this is an 18,650 milliamp battery. It's supposed to last from 4 to 14 days depending on usage. Again, a backup battery would never be a bad idea. The battery has a charge indicator on it when you turn it on. It tells you how much power you have. There's 4 lights there. I'm on number 3. Full disclosure, I've only charged it 1 time, and I've used it every day for at least a couple minutes here and there for different tasks, okay? Up to and including taking a shower for about 6 or 7 minutes with it. So it works really well, and it holds a charge really well. I just attached my Velcro to the tank right there where it was convenient. You can put it anywhere you want to, and then you have a power cable that comes up and goes into the top of the cap itself. Now this cap really is the meat and potatoes of this thing because you've got a couple special connections on here. You've got the connector that goes down to the motor that I'll show you in a minute. You also have a connection here. It's a quick connect that replaces that screw-on nozzle for your hoses. And then you have the same air vent on the top. And this is a Scepter tank, like I said. But you can just buy the lid itself that will fit any of these military-style jerry cans that comes with the motor assembly on it as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off of here real quick, and I've just got it Velcroed on. It comes with a Velcro strap to kind of keep it in place if you want to use that. And I'm going to unscrew it from the battery and pull it out. And you can see that that battery is a standalone unit. Now the charging cable plugs into the same port exactly, and it's USB rechargeable. It's supposed to charge in about 2 to 4 hours from bottom to top, okay? And that's the same plug that goes into it for power, all right? Once we've got that disconnected, we can take this lid off because we have to spin the lid, obviously. All right, so inside the lid, obviously you have the power cable and you pump here, and that goes down inside the tank. So this probably wouldn't work well with a half tank, and I carry a lot of those half 10-liter tanks with me sometimes too, but this will only work with the larger tanks. Okay, once you screw that back on, you just run your power where you want it. Again, you've got a Velcro keeper here, and then just plug it into your battery, screw it in, put it on the Velcro, and you're ready to rock and roll. And now whatever hose you put on here or nozzle you put on here, you're ready to rock. So let's just, for instance, we'll talk about first the Spigot nozzle. This is just a regular spigot, on-off spigot that you would turn on and off to fill water jugs or to wash your hands or something like that. So we'll turn this on. And you can see that's a pretty powerful stream coming out of there, okay? So that is your main nozzle that comes with this system, okay? Now there's a couple other attachments for this thing that make it even more versatile. My favorite one right now is this hose connector. And this sprayer hose has shower, flat, soaker, cone, jet, center, mist, and shower. So you have almost everything with this one hose, and it works really, really well. Turn this bad boy on. I have a hard time finding that button. If I was going to change anything, that's what it would be. I would change that button to something that was easier to see, like white or glow in the dark. There's like a soaker nozzle there. There's a spray, a jet. So depending on what you're trying to do, you have a lot of different options there, okay? The shower nozzle works really, really well for cleaning stuff off, and so does just the jet. Works really good for cleaning off tools, boots, things like that. Again, quick disconnect. What I find with this hose is, this hose has a lot of water in it. What you have to do is you have to stretch this hose out and then pull the trigger on the nozzle, and that lets all the water out of the hose, so that you can then store it. You also have a shower attachment for this thing. It's just a direct shower attachment, and it comes with a suction cup. Now, once you plug this shower head in, you can hook it up to whatever you want. What I've found works really well with this thing is just to take my door and lift it up. That's on my smart cap, and attach that suction cup right to it. To clean off after a hot day on the trail. Okay, the system also comes with this storage bag. It's got a canvas bag in here that I use to kind of put the USB charger in to kind of protect it. I think it was meant for the nozzle, the white nozzle, but I use it for this, just to make sure it's kind of protected from everything and doesn't get beat up in there. And then everything else fits inside that bag. So you kind of got a go bag or storage bag for all your components for this thing. And that's pretty much it. It's got a lot of versatility. It's great for overlanding, great for camping, great for hunting, fishing. Anything you would do with a vehicle that you've got some way to transport one of these 5-gallon jugs, even if that was a Razor, an ATV, a POV, something like that. This is definitely a great system for that. Now, there's one more tip or trick I want to show you with this Sandy Cats that I have figured out since I started using it. A lot of times when you're out, especially if you're out for a couple weeks, there's going to come a time you're going to have to collect water off the landscape, a river, a creek, a stream, a lake, and you're going to want to filter that water. Now, granted, once you fill this thing up with dirty water and you run dirty water through this pump, it's dirty until it dries completely out and everything's inert, okay? But in an emergency, you can hook your Sawyer back flush hose right to this white nozzle and put your Sawyer Mini or Sawyer Squeeze on this bad boy and open that dude up. And you can even back flush it from this by turning it around, turn it on, and back flush it. Then turn it off, go back the other direction, and you're ready to rock and roll. You're pumping clean water into whatever vessel you're drinking out of at that point. So this is a very good, what I would call hack, I guess, for this system. I'm kind of surprised that this nozzle didn't come with some kind of a hose to kind of give you directional, because it's kind of at an angle to fill up a water bottle. However, you can put a hose on there and it'll work just fine. And the Sawyer back flush fits it pretty well. It's a little bit of a struggle to get on there, but it does go, and it fits the filter fine. So if you've got like a snap cap on there where you can pop it in and out, then you can turn your pump on, pop the cap, you're ready to rock and roll. When you're done, close the cap, shut it off, and shut your power off, okay? That'll give you a way to filter water through this can if you absolutely had to. Then I just throw a Sawyer Squeeze or Sawyer Mini right in that Sandy Cats bag. It's in there in case I need it. I leave this back flush tube right on this nozzle because it makes it easier to direct this into a water bottle or canteen when I'm filling it up anyway. Now remember, if you're going to do that, this is a pump basically. It's a water pump. It's picking water up off the bottom of the jug or down here close to the bottom. So if you were going to use dirty water in this thing, turbidity could jack this thing up. So you want to make sure that you pre-filter that water if you can before you put it in here to get turbidity out of it. And then you'd have to completely dry this whole pump system out before I would use it again with clean water. But that's just an emergency thing you could do. And you could also put some kind of a screen sock over this, piece of pantyhose or something like that, to something that's fine mesh to be able to filter out more turbidity if you had to. But those are just simple hacks that you can use with this system if you have to use it for an emergency and not just your daily water. All right, guys, listen, I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitter in the Pathfinder School, and I appreciate you joining me today for this quick review on the Sandy Cats Trail Wash. I'll try to put a discount code for you guys down here in the bottom. Full disclosure, I'm not in their affiliate program in any way, shape, or form, and I get no money from you buying this product. So I like to keep things simple, keep things straight up, and keep things transparent. So if there's a discount code in there, that's the full discount going to you. I'll try to get that in the description box before I post this video. I appreciate your views and I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, for our business, for all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends, and I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.